go ahead and do my intro. This KMC Fun and Reacts. We got Inside the World of Scammers and Check Fraud. Let's go ahead. Let's check this out.
On to get rich.
The couple's American dream quickly turned into a nightmare after wiring nearly $800,000. All of that money went to a scammer.
How many times a week would you say you punch a meal?
7 times a week, every day.
Oh my God. Is that your fork or what is that for chicken?
Whoa!
12 people are facing more than 100 charges in a major credit fraud scheme.
University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
It's shocking video of thugs chasing a mail carrier. Why?
She said thugs. Bro, I'm hollering.
They wanted the master key he carries that opens mailboxes for the entire neighborhood.
25 investigates exposing a check scam that can wipe out your bank account.
We're talking about scammers who can clone any of our voices using artificial intelligence.
We are talking about $100,000 in forged checks.
Whether it's a scam call center from India, a billionaire's Ponzi scheme, a guy pretending to be a Nigerian prince, or a U.S. senator out trading hedge funds while employed on the taxpayer dime, the truth is people hate getting scammed. After all, there are entire YouTube channels dedicated to getting revenge on scammers. You see, scammers are people that leverage social engineering, also known as human hacking, to steal, manipulate, and exploit. They'll make their approach, get you to trust them, then before you know it, they'll disappear into thin air after they've extracted your bank account, social security, or other valuable information. Today, we dive into the world of fraud and scamming, and we uncover how some of the scams are happening right now. We'll cover the biggest...
My thing is this really real? Like, is this dude really hanging with scammers? Because ain't no way you doing this and the cops not trying to investigate you. They try because the cops wanna get the people that's doing this. So you mean to tell me you be hanging around a bunch of scammers, and you mean to tell me you don't never get investigated? You don't never get investigated. The feds don't never try to come and find the dudes that you got on your YouTube channel. Like, what? That's crazy. I be thinking this stuff can't be real. Like, there's no way you hanging around a bunch of scammers and the cops not even trying to investigate that.
That's ever occurred in U.S. history, and we'll talk to the scammers to see how they think and what motivates them. And by the end of this, we'll provide you with tips on how you can avoid getting scammed yourself. This is the world of scammers. Let's dive in.
Were you recently injured in a car accident? Look at this check for $100,000.
There are people out there looking to exploit your data for their own gain. With scammers like this out there lurking, it's a good idea to protect yourself. To guard against shenanigans like this, I use the sponsor of today's video, Delete Me, to help keep my footprint off the internet. What Delete Me does is they go after the data aggregators that are out there on the internet that are trying to sell your information. With nutcases out there trying to dox you and steal your bank information, you've got to take action. When you use my Folks, today we're diving into the world of scamming. I don't know what the hell we're gonna get into. I'm excited, but apparently in the city of Minneapolis, scamming is a big business.
Minneapolis woman calls it emotional hacking. Scammers drained $800,000 from her dad's bank account.
LaSalle University student accused of stealing more than $500,000 in a credit card scam.
Foster was doing fake transactions, marking items up in price, then returning them for the original price while pocketing the difference in account of her own.
In fact, there are multiple RICO cases going on for fraud right now. A big scam that was pulled was the food share program. People pretended to be feeding the homeless and walked away with millions of dollars, and now they're getting RICO'd for that. A scammer is kind of like an illegal magician. They're pulling things out of thin air. There's illusion, deception, and before you know it or realize what they did, they're gone with the bag. Let's meet up with these guys and let's see what they're about.
Yo, my boy.
Is that you?
Yeah, this me right here.
I'm in that rental car, that white car.
Alright, bet I'm finna walk over there.
Okay, doors unlocked.
Yo, what's up, bro? I'd say I just know how to exploit ways to get money. Simple.
What are the different plays we're going to be getting into today?
We got punching, simple things. We go from getting food. We could go from
bro,
gas.
there ain't no way you meeting up with scammers, bro. This gotta just be for a play. This can't be real. There's no way. How are they getting, like, this gotta say, like, how are they getting away with taking money from people? Like, if they get posted on YouTube, you mean to tell me no cops, nobody like try to investigate that or try to come turn them in? This can't be real, bro. This gotta just be for views, bro. I promise. Like, no, there's no way. There's no way nobody's not snitching. You mean to tell me people not snitching on this?
Go from checks, we go from transfers, scam work. It's all different type of ways you can get into it.
So what got you into this world?
Alright, so look, it started when I was younger. It was this rapper, his name keymctiks. When I was young, real young, I always just listened to his music and wondered, what the f is this dude doing? I started getting into it, digging in, and it started with cards. If you listen to his music, he's talking a lot about cards and checks, really. When he was talking about that, I kind of picked up on some things, and over time, I just got smarter and smarter and figured everything out.
So what was the first play you ever made?
It was on Telegram. It was this African dude I met. And we was talking for a long time, and he told me something called, it's a certain type of check that you can order off a log can. Ship the check till it dropped. I picked it up, put it in the ATM, 6,900 came. That was my first ever play. And ever since then, I've just been on it.
Has this ever put you in a risky situation?
Plenty of time. Pretty much scamming down here is pretty popular. I mean, in the city, everybody knows what's going on now, so if you find somebody that wants to do it, they know what they're signing up for. They know what comes behind it.
Are there rich scammers out there?
You can really get rich off scamming. That's real. It's pretty common.
Six-figure rich,
seven-figure rich. That's real.
Rather than judging these kids, I wanted to try and put myself in their shoes. Now, I know I'm overgeneralizing here, but here's a theory I'm working with. A lot of these kid scammers are from Gen Z, and this is the generation that saw their parents lose their house in the 08 mortgage crisis as the bank executives responsible got rewarded by multi-million-dollar bonuses, and the banks that fundamentally scammed the country got bailed out by the tax money of the very people they scammed. So essentially, these kids witnessed a financial system that openly didn't give a shit about them or their parents, so heck, why not pull a scam of their own? It kind of explains the sense of nihilism that we've seen creeping into this Gen Z generation. Whether you talk about scammers, the Kia boys, or just an overall sense of I don't give a f, because it seems like the world around them is crumbling. Now, from a cultural standpoint, we've seen the rise of scam rappers, guys like Baby Tron, TJX6, and Punch Made Dev, and these are guys who look effortlessly cool, ridiculously rich, and they seem to be easily getting away with scams on major
this is a lie. This is a lie. It just, they showing their face, they showing money. You mean to tell me, like, that shit crazy, bro? They ain't gonna get caught. Hell, you might as well just keep on scamming.
Institutions. So yes, it's easy to point the fingers at the scammers you see here, and yes, they have a moral responsibility.
I remember Punch Made Dev, though. He did a video with him not too long ago. I think he did go to jail at one point, I thought, but he got out. I don't know, I could be mistaken, though.
Of what they are doing, but are they not just an underworld byproduct of a system that white-collar scammers created? I don't know. That's just a theory I'm working with. Do you save much of your money?
Yeah. I'm not scamming long term to be scammed out for the rest of my life. This shit's all like, with anything you do, any hustle, all that shit's just quick until you move on to your next, you feel me, next steps.
Have you ever been almost caught by law enforcement? I'm gonna take that as a yes.
No.
Pause, maybe think yes.
Think about it, but nah, never.
How much does an IP address come to play with what you do?
It gets deep. That's like your address. I don't know. Like, you feel me? That's like your internet address. So.
For most of the things you do you have to obscure your IP address?
Yeah.
Is that difficult to do?
Nah, average person could do it, I'd say.
So it doesn't affect a human at all, you think?
Everybody has committed a scam before in some way. Some people do different types of scams. Some people do insurance. Some people do home scams. You know, it's all different types of scams. I look at it as I'm not taking money from like a human. You know what I mean? And I don't think I'm that guy for it. You feel me? Let me see. We just got a package.
How much money are we talking right there?
17K, bro.
If you live anywhere here in the red circled area and you have an old, struggling air conditioning or heating.
What you're about to see is called punching chicken. Now, punching is lingo in the scam world that refers to the practice of using the dark web to get somebody else's credit card information and doing an online order to punch the item. You can punch chicken, pizza, presumably anything you can buy online. Here's how it went down.
This is the website that I would buy the cards from to do the punching. Ready to buy cards.
A fake credit card.
A real credit card, but it's just not ours.
And how much money does it have on it?
It depends. I wouldn't necessarily say I know the exact amount. Certain banks, they give you the ability to check. You can call the bank and you can check how much. But I would just be buying a card based off of the knowledge that I already know. There's something called a BIN. A BIN is a bank identification number. Now, depending on what BINs you have, you might got a card that has thousands on it. You might got a card that has millions on it. There's no telling them.
It's luck of the draw.
Basically, yep.
So these are cards that someone physically stole, like at the gas station. It fell on the ground, they picked it up, they upload it to a website, and then it's sold to a bidder like you, or how does that work?
Basically, yeah, kind of like how you just explained it. I wouldn't necessarily say it comes from people picking them up off of the ground, but more so scammers. They have machines that you can put on. For instance, at the gas station, you can put a skimmer on the machine where the people put their cards into, and then from there, you'll get about 1,000 hits. Now, depending on how many people put their card in that specific machine where you put your skimmer at, that's where all the card information will come from.
Does the skimmer also capture your PIN?
Yes, it does.
So if you use a machine that has a skimmer and you type in your PIN, all of a sudden, you're wide open.
You're good. Yeah, you're not good, you're f***ed up.
You're good, though.
Yeah. The thing about, you know, getting captured by a skimmer is if you have the right type of setup with your bank account in terms of two-factor authentication, the bank asking like questions like, was this you that just spent money at Raising Cane's for about $100? You know what I mean? If you have these different types of protocols set up with your bank, then you're less likely to be a victim of fraud.
Basically, right now, you can get free chicken.
I can get free everything right now. Boom, now we got the money on there. Now, I can buy a card.
You can buy Social Securities off this?
When you buy the cards, depending on how much the card costs, that's why I said certain cards, they range from 20 to 25, all the way up to 30. You can see, look, I'll show you when I refresh.
And I just saw you could buy a Canadian card, you could buy a US card, show you the country.
Wow. You can buy from anywhere on the planet. As long as the website has a way to get these cards and put them on their site, then you can get pretty much anything.
Have you ever heard of punching a mule?
Punching a mule?
We spoke to legendary lawyer Bruce Rivers and a man who's a financial crimes expert to get their opinion on the scams you see unfolding in this video. Punching a mule.
No, I've never heard of that.
That's where you apparently acquire someone else's credit card and you use that to buy free food?
You know, there's a lot of scams going on. There's the skimming that goes on, like at a gas station, somebody attaches a skimmer. That's actually happened to me. Somebody tried to buy some stuff at a sporting goods store, like $2,000 worth of on my credit card. And then I see the guy in court on the hook for it. I mean, I was like, holy shit, that's the guy that stole my identity. Had to trace it all back. We figured out exactly what pump it was. We figured out exactly where it was. And he had been doing this all over the place. So I saw him in Hennepin County in court. And my thing happened in another county. He was doing it all over the place.
A lot of times what's going to happen is you go to try and do a touch pay. It doesn't work. That's part of the plan. They want you to scan your card. So they actually will have a module, something that's identical looking to the actual card swipe overlaid. Physically go and try and pull it off. If it doesn't pull off, you're good. If you can go inside and pay the gas station attendant, ideally in cash, avoid this whole digital footprint process, you're gonna be a lot safer. You see any sort of fraudulent activity on your account, immediately contact your bank. The sooner that you can contact
I'm gonna start doing that, going to the gas station and making sure. But I don't never pay outside. I go inside to pay for my gas. But I always, when I go inside to pay, the deal is I always pay with my credit card. I need to start, my mama always say I need to start keeping cash on me. But I always just use my card for everything. But shit, they can't take too much. Ain't nothing on the card for them to take. That bill money, all that's bill money. Shit, I don't be having nothing. They ain't gonna get really too much, nothing out of me though.
As law enforcement, it's going to be much easier to get your money back. When there's delay in space and time, scam, with any sort of financial scam, it's much harder to get your money back.
If you really want to get specific on which one you want to buy, you can type in your bank identification number. So I'm going to type in a bank that I know is going to work. This is a bank called Wings Financial Credit Union. Very, very high-class bank. So when you're doing simple punching for, food and shit, like we talked about, yeah, Kings might take $100 loss today, but that person whose card I'm using, they're getting all their money back. 100% guaranteed.
Well, I've heard people that get scammed and it can take 30 days for them to get the money back in their account. The average American has $1,000 or less in their savings. So if you scam the average American and rent's due, they might not have it because of the scam.
You are right, but in terms of them never getting their money back, I know for a fact that they'll get their money back. Somebody just texted and said he's seen the police. Somebody just texted him and said the police. Yeah, we gotta get out.
So we're outside of a Keymc's Chicken. How often do you guys get free meals like this?
Every day I eat free every day. Everything I do is almost free.
So the customer name is
right? Yes. Thank you, actually. Look. Visa, credit card, ending in 75.
Okay.
We'll go over to the website, same card, ending in 75.
Imagine doing everything for free. Like, everything you do is for free. You go eat, it's for free. I ain't gonna lie, scamming it sounds good, like the money sound good, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't want to go to jail, bro. I can't go to no prison, bro. I just can't go in there. I can barely make it out here in the real world. So me to go in a cell, that's why I'm not doing it. I'll never scam. If I can't get my money off of YouTube, I just won't have it.
Can't make this shit up.
Some guy named just lost $50 because some guy got 50 chicken nuggets.
80. And we finna eat good. Okay, are you the police?
You're the police? Let's get out of here.
After successful chicken punching, the fellas decided to take their chicken to a warehouse in a secure location so they could eat their chicken in peace.
Alright, bro, we finna get under the basement and eat.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how legal was that, what we just did?
That's like a 10, because I fully completed it, you know? And anything that you do that you're doing fraudulent, it's always going to be a 10. The only thing that makes it more secure is that I didn't go in there and swipe a card. So they can't say that I did anything illegal.
If they caught you, what would be the punishment?
You know, it's a white-collar crime. I don't think I would get charged with anything really because, like I said, they don't have any proof that I did anything, so they will have to drop the case. If they did want to take full action and give me a punishment, it would probably be anywhere from like 5 to 10.
5 to 10 years?
Just for some shit.
What makes it worth it?
Time's hard for everybody right now. So it's like, if you ain't got no money, but you got somebody's card, you get all you good. Just the other day, I got really honest like this.
Is it that easy to get away with?
Yeah, 100%. I'm always in and out. I've never been in a spot and they tried to hold me or tell me, oh, we can't give you what you're paying for, you gotta wait a little bit, you know? But in terms of me going into a restaurant and I swipe a card, say that card declines. I swipe another card, I know they're looking at you weird. Give us a second. Matter of fact, you can't swipe any more cards. Just wait right here for us while we get the system set up, right? While they're getting their system set up, they're really calling the police to tell you like, hey, this guy's in here trying to commit fraud.
So do you even get nervous making a play like this?
Hell no. It's easy, bro. I've been doing this shit since 2017.
All right, let's see if this is real chicken or scam chicken.
Come on.
If you could say a message to the CEO of Raising Cane's, what would you say?
Hey, thank you for the chicken. You fed a lot of hungry people tonight.
I guess big dogs gotta eat. Is that necessary for, is that your fork or what is that for chicken? Whoa! I'm gonna see if punch chicken tastes any different. Actually, this is my first time eating Raising Cane's. No fucking baby. Oh, that is a chicken tender.
That chicken sounds so good right now. Chicken tenders. Oh my God, that sound good. Ooh, that sound good, bruh. With that cane sauce. Yes, sir.
Ooh, and we got the tan too, people.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I had something to change around with the car because it wasn't grabbing, the CVV, but we had the code to change that shit around, take care of that. Alright, Buster, the page ready to go? Yeah, for now, once this nigga wake up, motherfuckers probably gonna get this sent out on today or tomorrow. I'm gonna give his ass a call, wake his ass up.
So, the guy that's sleeping, what role does he play? The guy that's gonna wake up?
So, the guy that sleeps plays a very important role. He's the one that do send-outs. Basically, I can't get into too much detail, but he does send-outs for banks and we're able to access logs that way. The best I can describe it is a message coming to your phone.
Okay. How hard is it to get your hands on this type of paper?
You can get it. Anybody can get paper like that.
What does it take for this to be legit? Like, is this a tough part of the puzzle, or is this pretty easy part of the puzzle?
One of the easiest parts anybody has access to it.
How many hours a week do you think you work doing this?
I still have fun. I still carry on life. It's probably gonna take hours out of the week. I'll probably save maybe like 10, 15 hours altogether. Most shit is fast.
What makes someone good at this?
Connection. The more connections you have, the person has something for everything in every field, because there's not just one type of scam to be rich.
Does this profession make you nervous?
No.
Is it risky?
Yeah, for sure. Can't be nervous though.
What's your philosophy on life?
The word is lies. Have fun while you're young.
Is it hard to keep this on the hush? If you're busting big plays, is it hard not to flex it or talk about it?
Definitely. I'd say that's one of the things. Now I'm getting to the point where I've been doing it for a minute. I don't care anymore. You know, I do it so like I won't even post.
What's your specialty?
Have different specialties. You always level up, so I can't say I have like one good specialty, but I can do anything that I want. That's another thing. I think my good specialty is I can figure out whatever I want to learn. Anything.
Were you good at school?
Yeah, I was good at school.
Did you like school?
Yeah, school was fun.
What do you call yourself?
Baby J.
What's your specialty?
I'm good at talking, really. He's good at talking. You feel me? Everybody play different roles. So this is one of my guys right here. He might come to you, ask you a couple questions, or you'll be loud. But basically, this right here is a check that I cooked up. This is like a real check that I made a copy of, basically. So let me try to show you. This would look like original, and this would look like now. Exact same thing, exact thing. And this right here, the way that I'm doing it, a lot of people don't know how to do it this way.
Check fraud. Printing out fake checks, cashing them at a bank.
What normally happens isn't that the person who's doing the fraud is the one cashing it. Usually they get some unsuspecting person, oh, I can make you a lot of money, and so they write the check to that person. So there's a middle guy in between, and it's usually the person that's unsuspecting, not thinking that it's a fraudulent check, and all of a sudden they go to the bank and they try to get the cash. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's usually the unsuspecting person, not the person who's behind the scheme.
A check fraud is a complicated situation because one of the biggest ways that you can protect yourself is go to the actual post office itself and mail the check. And I would prefer that you don't even mail checks. I really don't think you should be at this point. It has all your information on it. The more space and more distance you have in terms of the transit that needs to occur with that check, the more risk you're gonna have.
What is the penalty for printing fake checks?
It depends upon the loss amount, typically. If it's, and usually it's a felony because it's forgery and theft by swindle. And so if it's under $2,500, it's probation. Each check becomes a felony count in and of itself, and you get enough of those, it can ultimately be a prison sentence. It really does depend upon the value that we're looking at.
And what can this play be worth?
This one right here was $5,400.
That's a lot of money.
5,400 just by just nothing, just 50. I already said 5,400, right? Just by scamming. We going to work. I'm going to work working 8 hours a day, and I won't never see that. It's just a lot of money, but it's just I don't want to do nothing that's gonna put my risk, put me. I'm sorry, I don't want to do nothing that's gonna put me at risk.
This is just making up a check?
Yeah, it's just me making one.
So you can make any amount you wanted?
Yeah, any amount you want.
Is it gonna come out of here?
Yeah, I would imagine.
The bigger you go, the more.
Yeah, once you touch that 10K mark, any scam over 10,000 is where it's serious. It's when it gets serious for real. You know, check forgery isn't so high of a crime.
How much does this printer cost?
Roughly about like 500.
It's crazy that a $500 printer can turn into thousands and thousands of dollars. They say money doesn't grow on trees, but you guys are kind of making it look like it does. Someone got the original or a copy of a real check, sold it to you online, and you're printing out that version?
Either that or somebody get mailboxes. Yeah, so it's two kind of ways to get a check. You can break a mailbox, or there's keys. You can look it up. You can probably find clips of people robbing mailmans to get keys.
In regard to mail carriers, there's been a lot of violence towards them. There's been a lot of robbing of mail carriers and taking the keys that they use in order to open up mailboxes. And there's been all this money put towards these digital defense mechanisms and these electronic keys to use, but that still doesn't necessarily protect the mail carrier themselves. But this applies to everyone in terms of protecting yourself.
Exactly why I don't want to work for the post office or do mail. They be like, Kara, come up here, we make 20-something an hour, come do the post office. Nah, bruh. No. If I ain't in the mail room trying to do the mail, I'm not going outside to do the mail. They ain't finna snatch me up trying to get no money out of trying to get no key out of me.
Generally, it's all about not having patterns. For the mail carrier, if you're on a route, just like if I was on a patrol route, if I had the same patrol route, same time, same place, every single day, it's easy for that patrol route to be intercepted. Change and vary your patterns. It's called force protection.
What about when someone hits a mail truck, steals the mail keys, and steals checks that way?
Bye-bye. In other words, you know, that's usually done on an inside job basis. Because who's going to steal a mail truck? And I know that there are going to be checks on that truck. Probably not too many.
Which is the most risky part of this puzzle?
I say out of all of them, the risky part, 9 times out of 10, you guess the most riskiest part and who has the most important role in this particular style is the person who's getting the checks.
So, when you scamming, it's not always like somebody's always we're always the villains. Like, we also helping people. Because we split the money that
money we never just running off.
We split it 50-50 with them. Just now, right now, look. Look what happened to her.
Someone just said, I swear I got evicted, I gotta get back on my feet, and you said, I got you, cuz. Send me ID. Someone's sending you their bank
Right now, this is right now, look at the time. This today, look, this today.
Some people actually need help, so it's like sometimes.
I know people to this day that bring me other people's accounts.
You see how real this look? If you're a big teller, who put that up to the sky, you'll see like.
Bro, that check look real, bruh. 5,000. Bro, that check, look, they finna take this to the bank and get it cash, bruh. This shit is wild.
Like, this is a real one.
This is a real check. Come up and cash this and then get paid for it right now. Actually, they are. Y'all finna see it today.
All right, guys, I'm gonna show you how I could afford this car. I got this car recently.
Oh.
We can only fit so much into a YouTube video. All of this will be available at Patreon only. Highly recommend you check that out. Link is in the description. Would you say this is up there, Miguel, for things we've done?
Top 3 for sure.
This is fucking ridiculous, dude. I'm not exactly sure what we were about to do, but
I want to see them go into the bank. Like, I actually want to see them go. Then it'll make me like believe like this video is like real. Cause I just don't believe he going around hanging with scammers. And I think they gon' if you go around and hang with scammers and a lot of people see this, they gonna catch on to you. Then they gonna want to investigate you to get to the dudes that's scamming. Am I right or wrong?
feels sketchy. The first scamming video I put out, people are wondering, is this guy for real? Is he scamming us and believing that it's real? But like the casualness in which we're doing some of these things is like,
Oh shit, what the fuck going on, man? You cracking accounts, not safe. We are cracking accounts, not safe. It is less dangerous. You gotta get killed trying to crack a safe. We crack accounts. Please don't. Please do not.
so does Minneapolis feel lawless right now?
Certain parts is lawless. I'm not gonna lie, this whole city is known for scamming. That's like the biggest thing. Like even from the politicians to our parents to other people's parents.
How do the politicians scam?
They're in on a lot of shit. They get paid bribery and shit. Like they're into like the non-profit frauds and shit. Politicians here, they're dirty too. They play dirty games. Even the police even play dirty games.
He's not going to mention some of the biggest scams going on. Here's a look at something that's actively happening in the city right now. Here it is.
One of the largest scams in United States history happened right here in Minneapolis. During the pandemic, the Minnesota Department of Education was tasked with overseeing the handout of meals to kids, the needy, and the homeless during the COVID era, and they delegated local supervision to nonprofits like Feeding Our Future. What happened next was a tsunami of swindling. These nonprofits fraudulently claimed to be feeding thousands of kids a day within just weeks of being formed. Not only were literal tons of food wasted, but the fraud ended up costing the US taxpayer about $250 million. As of now, there are dozens of people being indicted and brought to trial, and to this day this stands as one of the biggest scams in US history.
From the dirty streets of Minneapolis, mama doing dope, daddy got no hope. He just scammed y'all. Because the system scammed us out of both our parents. CIA bought dope to the motherfuckers in the city. And my daddy, they got him out the way. They ain't trying to pay no child support. It's cool though, bro. Cause you know we gonna do, we gonna grind, nigga. This that shit that we love, nigga. We love making that money out here. We gonna do whatever it takes to make that money out. This shit get wicked out here for real. And I'm not a bad guy. I'm not gonna say this, like I'm the biggest, baddest guy to do this to the people.
But you gotta look at it though, y'all. I will say this. They might be scamming, but look at how they scamming us though. Why is rent $1,200, $1,500? Then we got a job paying only $12 an hour. Like they scamming us. So I get what they kind of saying. Like scam them. They scamming us. They not gonna give us the money. They gonna make us. They gonna like work us down like to the ground. We ain't gonna have nothing messing with them. So I kind of get what they're saying. Like, this world is nothing but a scam, if you think about it. Y'all scam us. We go to work, y'all pay us, y'all underpay us when we go to work on purpose, so we can't afford anything. They know what they're doing. They keep money out of our pockets, bruh. So I really don't think he a bad guy either. Cause I mean, if you get evicted today, you think the landlord gonna think about you? The landlord not gonna care. If you get evicted today, they not gonna care. They'll put you out. Put your stuff out, everything out. They not gonna care, but they not gonna give a damn. They not gonna care. And that's facts.
Bro, I just do this to get by people, to get hear me.
What percentage of scammers would you say are balling, and what percent of them would you say are actually kind of broke?
There are bullshit scammers. Like, there's always the one main person, and there's the middle.
At the end of 2024, Amber Agriculture will introduce Robin.
Middleman, and there's the middle's middle. It's like a tree. One person passes a card to one person, that person gets passed down to the main person. The main person is the one who splits the money between everybody and decides how much everybody else is going to do. And so all scammers are not rich. That's another thing. Like, you can be a scammer and not have a way. Feel me? Like in scam world, always a new scam. That's another thing. And it's about who figures out the scam first.
You can't really say it's too many runners. Like it's like you always tell like when you a scammer, you know who a runner and who's boss trying to find the moves.
But don't get it confused though. I just seen runners turn into bosses. You feel me? Like, it's a lot of runners that became that man. You feel me? So big thing in the scam world, getting slimed out too.
What is that?
Slimed out is like, say Mexican, bro, just did a move, and you like, I'm not paying you, or who you, bro. It's over with. I'm taking the whole bag. That's what I remember we was talking about karma yesterday. It's karma and scam world too. Not off of somebody. 9 times out of 10 it's not what I think it's about. The end it's about wiping it down. That's a whole other step. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like easy. You can't just wake up and come. It's not that easy. Now it's that easy to do basic shit, but it gets deeper than that. It can be a blessing and a curse at the same time, but it just depends on how you break through. You gotta stay consistent too. You gotta stay consistent with anything you do.
Facts. You gotta stay consistent with anything you do. That's facts, bruh. Facts.
Alright, you're filming.
I'm gonna show y'all some box action.
Scammers operate in a climate of deceit. You see, fraud is a game of smoke and mirrors. These guys ran off with the camera to presumably make an ATM play, and what I saw on the tape left me questioning reality.
Look at all that money, bruh.
That's some great footage. See the police?
Where you guys see him? Of course, you guys were out there for like fucking 20 minutes in ski mask and glasses.
We had a little technical difficulty. It took us so long. And you'll see the car start locking on us. So sometimes the car will lock up and then it gives you like fraud alerts, which the person has to confirm on the phone.
You guys were skied up with glasses the whole time in front of a bank? Like,
you gotta be.
How is that not, like, do you guys feel like you guys were out there for way too long?
Man, look, I'm gonna end that. If you're gonna be a scammer, be a good one. If you're gonna be a scammer, be a good one, man. Hey, make sure y'all stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna go ahead and end
Hey guys, I'm back.
I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here, y'all. Thank y'all.